recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivia Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivia Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
No. Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivia Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with Mr. Ben Young. Hello, Ben.
Good morning. How's it going?
Man, I am really happy to see you. You have been my rock these last few recording sessions because you, my friend, have made yourself available with everything going on in your life. I appreciate you.
I do my best, man.
I am excited that you're here. We have some great guests today.
Awesome.
Oh, we have a heart emoji. Oh, our first guest today is Toni Rask, who put up a heart emoji. Hey, Toni.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing great. I'm glad you're here. We have Beth Moralis with us. Hey, Beth.
Hey, everybody.
So excited to have you here. And Will Emerson is joining us today. Hey, Will.
Hey, all. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So I want to get to know each of you a little bit better. We're going to start with Toni. Toni, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
My name is Toni. I am currently living in rural South Korea, right along the West Coast, right on the beach. I've been here for like 3.5 years and originally from Minnesota. If you can't tell, hey, yeah, sure. You know.
The land of tiny cokes. Minnesota.
Yeah, you betcha. Minnesota. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Something fun about myself. Everyone always has these like really cool stories, and I live a very calm life.
Why don't you tell people what you've had to drink in the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
In the last 10 minutes, I have had a sip of water, a couple glugs of a Korean German Pilsner, which defies logic. Twigunki? I don't know. And some coffee and some soju mixed with ginger ale, which is great. Soju is chef's kiss. Wonderful.
Mm.
So what I was
buzzed.
So what I was laughing about is that you literally have a dance party in your stomach right now. It's like
it's great. I can feel it like if I didn't have an ulcer before, I probably have one now.
I get a big kick out of the fact that you teach English in South Korea, which means you're going to have a bunch of South Koreans walking around saying, "Oh, don't you know?"
My students, when I teach them the short A sound, oh man, I feel so bad for them trying to get them to say the word BAG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beg.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
Oh,
that's
funny.
gotta be hilarious listening to a bunch of Koreans talk English with a Minnesota accent.
It's fabulous. I can't wait.
I'd watch that show.
Yeah, me too.
We're super glad you're here. And now I want to get to know Beth. Beth, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm an editor from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if this exactly qualifies as fun or just super dorky, but it's something I'd like to share. Over the last few years, I have lost some weight.
Cool.
And one of the things that actually helps with that is trivia, because I watch Jeopardy while on the treadmill. And the key is, if I don't know the answer, I got to hit that speed button up a tick every time.
Oh!
And it really works to take your mind off the walking or the running, and you are just focusing on please, contestant, pick that Beatles category so that I can slow down because I can't breathe.
You're like, I'm already at 3.5. I can't miss another one. I'm going to die.
Very much so. Yes. And then you get to the part where it's the interviews and you just keep going, waiting for another question.
Oh, my goodness. That is so cool.
It's fun. Yeah.
Man, I would be so dead. I will fall off my treadmill the first episode. It's not what to do.
That is brilliant, and I am impressed by you. That is amazing.
Thanks.
So, what's the fastest speed you've ever ended up walking while watching Jeopardy?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know if it's like a universal thing with treadmill speeds. I think it's 5 plus. I did hit a point at which I'm like, well, forget this game I'm playing with myself. I gotta just turn it down, or I'm gonna
5 is for me. 5 is a running speed. Like I can't walk 5.
It's definitely running, and I can't run for that long. So at that point, I was like, this is just okay. They keep asking outer space questions. I'm just screwed, and I gotta stop this.
You're like Russian composers again? For God's sakes, do wordplay.
The dreaded opera category.
Oh my God!
And it's also occurred to me that this technique could also work if you maybe get a bunch of Blitz episodes in a row and save them up and do it. So
I love it.
Like rapid fire.
I think you are a genius. This is a great idea. I should start a weight loss program.
Yep.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. And Will, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm Will. I live in Utah, but I'm from one of Jonathan's favorite places, the Boston area. Grew up in New England, so I live in Utah now just for 2 years, but most of my life in the Northeast. And I am a specialized service manager for an e-commerce company, so nothing super fun there. This part was the other part I dreaded. I was trying to think of before because I knew you were going to ask what's fun or interesting. So I know you mentioned your Korean German Pilsner, which sounded interesting to me, Tony. I'm very into craft beer. I don't know if I have a craft beer shirt on you, if you can see that. But I've had and reviewed over 1,200 different unique beers.
Whoa!
I'm trying to. I started. It kind of took the wayside. I'm trying to start a blog called Pints and Puns, which is a dad blog / craft beer review that I want to do. So hoping to get that off the ground a little bit more. The pandemic with 3 kids, so has kind of put the time and energy into doing creative things on the side at a standstill a little bit.
That is really, really cool. I got to be honest. I don't think I've had 1,200 beers in my whole life. Not like distinct beers. I mean, if you add up all the beer I've ever drank, had to drink. Drank, yeah. If you added up all the beers I ever drank, I don't think it's 1,200. I don't think it's anywhere close to 1,200.
It's 206 packs. I probably had 1,200 in my life.
Ooh.
It's
I mean, in college probably, but not. That's before I started doing good ones. So that was Milwaukee's best and PBR.
And by the way, congratulations on your escape. I don't know how Utah is, but I mean, it's got to be better than Boston, right?
I'm not going to comment on that. I'll just let you have that.
Oh, that's fine.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, so it's time to get started. We're going to get started with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Here is your Warm It Up, Chris question for today. I'm going to give you the title of a song and the artist. And I want you to tell me, is that song the original version or is it a cover?
Oh, I love covers.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. I like this. I'm so excited.
All right, so I'm going to do clockwise from on my screen. So we're going to start with Jonathan.
All right,
Jonathan, your song is Tainted Love by Soft Cell.
That is a cover.
Okay. Just so y'all know, if you need the year, I'll give you the year if you want it.
1984, I think.
So Soft Cell's version is 1981. It is a cover of a song originally released by Gloria Jones in 1964. Good job.
I don't know where I learned that, but I remember I was like, oh my God, that's a cover?
I was blown away when I learned that too.
All right, so Toni. And by the way, these have been randomized by computer, in case y'all were trying to do game theory out there.
Nope.
Toni, you get What a Man, Salt and Pepper with In Vogue. Is that original or a cover?
What a mighty good man.
Oh, yeah. Got it playing in my head, jamming to myself.
Great
I actually was just singing this the other day, and I don't even remember why it came up. I really don't. I have no idea. I think I'm going to say cover.
So the rap lyrics are obviously original, but the chorus of the song is a cover.
That's
it was
what I thought.
originally released by Linda Lundell in 1968. Will, you get Albuquerque by Weird Al Yankovic.
Well, I mean, it's Weird Al, so I'm going to say an original. I don't know if his count as covers. I'm going to go with original.
That is an original song.
Oh, it had to be. That song's like 8 minutes long with some of the craziest lyrics you've ever heard. It is hysterical.
It's like parody / cover. I was like, it's got to be an original.
I mean, who else is going to sing a song that has lyrics like, hey, you got weasels on your face?
So I've not heard this song, but I was playtesting this question with the OMG Poker Group. There's like, you totally got to throw a Weird Al song in there. I was like,
bro,
okay.
You should listen to that song. That song,
Okay.
it's really weird, but it's funny. It's like a comedy routine.
Got it. I'll write that down. All right, Beth, you get You're No Good by Linda Ronstadt.
Okay. Of course, I've known the last three, or at least I've guessed them
I
right.
never believe it when people say that.
Oh, well. It's true.
I
but
believe her.
Thank you, Toni. That's my partner.
That's teammates. You can't trust her either. She told you earlier that she's going to lie. She said that to us.
That's true.
What did I say?
You told us, so you want me to lie?
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
That's right. I did say
Right.
that. Yeah.
She did that, but I didn't say that. Anyway, I'm going to say that that's an original.
That was originally released by Dee Dee Warwick. It is a cover.
Oh.
Is Dee Dee related to Dion?
I don't know.
Oh.
We're gonna say yes.
We're going to say
The Magic
yes.
8-Ball.
While you keep going, I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, she is Dee Dee of the Albuquerque Warwicks, I believe. So Jonathan, you get Twist and Shout by the Beatles.
Twist and Shout. So I know that Chubby Checker did the twist, but I don't think anybody else did Twist and Shout. So I'm going to say that's original.
Twist and Shout is a cover.
Oh,
Isley Brothers.
It was originally released by the Top Notes in '61, but it later became a hit with the Isley Brothers in '62.
I forgot about the Isley Brothers. They're great.
And I did not know about the top notes, so I will make a note of that.
Indeed.
Oh, by the way, so we have an update on the Warwick family.
Okay.
Delia Juanita Warwick. Delia Juanita Warwick, known as Dee Dee Warwick, was the sister of Dionne Warwick, the niece of Cissy Houston, and the first cousin of Whitney Houston.
Wow. Yeah, I knew that Dionne
What
Warwick.
a family.
Yeah, those some good vocal genes right there, I tell you.
Yeah.
I'd like to fit into those jeans.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. It just came out.
Either.
No.
Like, was that creepy? It wasn't really
I don't know.
creepy. It was,
Borderline.
yeah.
It was unsettling, I would say.
It was unsettling because it's not
That's
jeans,
exactly.
it's jeans.
It's jeans, not jeans. All right, Toni, you get Islands in the Stream, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton.
Oh, I really thought, freaking A. I love this song. And I was reading about it recently, and now I don't remember. I think that's actually, I don't know. I'm just going to guess. I'm not going to pretend I know anything. I'm going to say it's an original.
It is an original.
Nice.
The song was written by the Bee Gees, and they recorded their own version of it later. This song actually was originally intended for Marvin Gaye as an R&B tune.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's a fun
That's
fact.
probably why my brain is scrambled about the song. It's like,
Could be. Will, you get Come Together, the Beatles.
I believe, because I know Aerosmith covered that, so I'm going to go with that one being the original.
That is the original.
Nice work.
It has been covered millions of times. It was inspired by a request from Timothy Leary to have a song for his gubernatorial campaign against Ronald Reagan.
Really?
Yep. Beth, you get Try a Little Tenderness, Otis Redding.
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great song and a great question.
Love that song.
Yeah. I love Otis, so I'm going to say that he's the first. I'm going to say original.
The song was originally released by Ray Noble in 1932.
Wow. Well, I'm doing great.
Now, was Otis
That's
before
a
the Three Dog Night version?
I don't know. The Otis version was 1966. So
I love the
some-
Three Dog Night version. That's a great song.
I need to hear them because I'm listening. I'm thinking of their voices in my head, and it seems like that will be good.
It's so
You know,
good.
if CCW did that song, they will probably sound amazing.
Who?
CCW.
CCR?
R.
CCW.
Creedence Clearwater.
CCW.
Creedence Clearwater.
Clearwater.
Clearwater revival.
It's only the later on they came back, and that was the revival.
That was the revival.
Yeah, originally they were just Creedence Clearwater.
Now it all makes sense.
All right, so Jonathan, back to you. I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor.
I know Cake did a cover in the 90s. I'm going to say this was original.
That is an original. Good job.
Nice.
I always think of Selena with "I Will Survive" because there's like a mashup on the Selena music on the soundtrack.
Toni, you get Mr. Tambourine Man, Bob Dylan.
That's an original.
That is an original. Good job.
Yeah.
Really?
I love my Bob Dylan. I love my Bob Dylan so much. So yeah.
Oh,
amazing.
I was thinking of Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles is, sorry, totally wrong thing. I get it mixed up.
Yeah, I can't judge you. I do-
Mr. Misters.
Mr. Misters. Yep. Talk about your Trivia Warfare outtakes.
There you go.
That was
We're
a
going to take
famous-
these broken wings and move on.
That's right. All right, Will, you get Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Presley.
I'm just going to stick with the original. I feel like that's been doing good for me.
That is an original. Good job.
All right, nice.
All right, Beth, you get All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix.
That's a cover, for sure.
Yep.
I think it's a Bob Dylan song.
A Bob
Originally
Dylan
released by
song.
Bob Dylan in 1967. All right, Jonathan, you get I Shot the Sheriff, Bob Marley.
I feel like that's a cover.
That's actually the original.
Oh, wow.
It was famously covered by Eric Clapton a few years later.
Huh.
Toni, you get Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper.
I've heard this recently. I think it's a cover.
It was originally released by Robert Hazard in 79.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, Will, you get Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana.
I'm almost positive that's got to be an original.
It was inspired by the band The Pixies, but it's definitely not a cover. That's an original.
Fun fact, Kurt Cobain shares a birthday with me. Or shared, I guess.
Sweet. Well, I guess it's still his birthday, right?
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know who Arthur Cobain is. Did you say Kurt Cobain?
Kurt,
Mhm,
yeah.
he did.
I thought you said
so.
Arthur Cobain. I'm like, who is Arthur Cobain?
He's the lesser known Cobain.
Yes, of Albuquerque.
I'm like sitting here like,
He's
Arthur Cobain.
He's in CCW. So.
That,
Founding member.
Albuquerque band- the Albuquerque band that inspired Nirvana and the Warwick Sisters. All right, yeah, you get Nothing Compares to You, Sinead O'Connor.
This is tricky because I know that Prince wrote that song, but I don't know if he recorded it first or he just gave it to her to record. I'll say cover, but I'm not sure.
It was originally released by Prince's group The Family in 85. It is a cover.
Great
Good
job.
Nicely
Nice.
done.
Yeah,
All
that's a Minnesota con right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, you get I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
I don't know. I don't have any reason to guess either way, so I'm going to guess it is a cover.
Originally released by the Arrows in 75. It is
There
a
we
cover.
go. I, too, love rock and roll.
Toni, you get Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers.
Oh,
I know.
I really love this song. Mostly, I was obsessed. I was a very odd teenager / preteen. I was obsessed with Sting. I was basically the middle-aged woman when I was 11 and 12, and I was obsessed with Sting. Sting did a cover of it like in the early 90s, and I remember listening to that over and over, and then realizing it was a cover of Bill Withers. But was Bill Withers a cover? I'm going to say it was original.
That is original. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Nice.
Nice.
So, asked this question years ago on Trivia Warfare. Does anyone remember how many times he says the phrase "I know"?
Right.
It's like
I thought that was
27.
you. No, it's like really high. It's like in the 60s or 70s.
No, it's 26.
26, yeah. I knew it was in the high 20s.
I really thought it was higher than that. I thought it was like mind.
Well, I remember there was an episode of Fresh Prince where he goes back to Philly and the jukebox plays that, but it sticks on that, so it plays it even more. And he's like, yeah, you just got to give it a nudge. It just keeps going.
I don't remember that episode. I'm going to go back and watch that.
It's the only one I think where he goes back to Philly. But
all right, so Will, you get Respect, Aretha Franklin.
I don't know. My gut says original, so I'm going to say cover.
Originally released by Otis Redding in 65.
All right, there we go.
All right, and you're going to close us out, Beth. Last one is I Got My Mind Set on You, George Harrison.
I really don't know, but I'm going to use Will's strategy and say I think it's an original, so I'm going to say cover.
Yeah. It was originally released by James Ray in 62. Good job.
Nice.
That is
Good
your
strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. That
works for me on music.
All right, that was your Warm It Up Ben question of the episode.
Fantastic. That's a really fun one, Ben. Thank you so much. So, y'all, this is episode number 318. 318. Ben, every time I say the new number, I'm like, oh my God, it's 300 times.
It's unreal.
It's crazy.
It's unreal.
So, 318. Before I tell you what the matchups are, I want to say thank you to all of our patrons and all of the folks who are supporting the show. Remember, if you love the show and you're like, oh, I don't have any more episodes, I've listened to all of them, I promise you haven't. There are over 200 episodes at trivialwarfarearmy.com. You sign up as a sergeant at $5 a month or more, and you get access to everything that we've done, except for a few special bonuses that are at the $10 level. So check out trivialwarfarearmy.com and make sure that you get your fill of some of the best trivia in the doggone world. So, now, episode number 318, it's going to be Beth and Toni versus Jonathan and Will with Ben hosting. And it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Round 1, question 1. Category is literature.
Literature.
What Fortune 500 company is named after a Herman Melville character? The same character is the namesake of a completely unrelated character played by actress Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, I think we can lock in, Will.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, I don't know the second part, but I'm damn confident on the first part.
Yeah, that first, yeah.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay.
What's the question asking for? Character
It was
or
asking
the
for
company.
the company.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Then
I had sent Starbucks, thinking that I think there's a character named Starbuck in Moby Dick, and I believe that the is it Battlestar Galactica, I think also has a Starbuck, is what he's referencing with Katie Sackhoff, if I'm not mistaken, Toni?
That makes sense. Yeah, there's also a town in Minnesota named Starbuck.
Oh, look at that. All right, so we want to lock in with Starbucks then?
Yeah.
Okay, Starbucks.
Beady. we Battlestar Galactica, man, old days right there. Yeah, that was pretty quick. Melville, Moby Dick had a character on the ship named Starbuck, so we said Starbucks.
Yep, y'all got all my flavor text there. Correct answer is Starbucks. Good job. Round 1, question 2. Your category is Ben dramatizes a hit.
Okay.
All right, yeah, get your cheese center there, Jonathan. Name this 1996 mega hit, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1997.
Mega hit at number 2. Okay.
This is a mega hit, I promise. Here's some additional flavor text. It was featured on a 2017 Burger King commercial, as well as on a 2020 McDonald's commercial in New Zealand. All right?
Okay.
Here are your lyrics. You lied to me. All those times I said that I loved you. You lied to me. Yes, I tried, Yes, I tried. You lied to me, even though you know I'd die for you. You lied to me. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried.
Holy Ben Young, everybody. I want to watch this movie. Oh, my God.
So again, this is a 96 mega hit. It reached number 2 in 97.
I literally told Jonathan earlier that I was not looking forward to pop culture, pop music questions.
Will, are you comfortable enough to lock it in?
Yeah, it's all I can hear now. It sounds. I'm pretty sure you're on the right track.
All right, well, let's go ahead and lock in then. All right, we're locked in.
I was telling Beth I cannot get the tune of "I'll Make Love to You" by Busta Man out of my head, and it's like the opposite of
if you want me to.
Welcome to my world.
I cannot. None of these.
No.
There's nothing here I can like hook into, and this should be right in my wheelhouse, like right in my
pop
teenage years, and there's like nothing here for me. I don't know. I'm gonna kick myself when I hear the answer. I'm sure of it.
I feel like I'm running around a track and it's on the other side, but I can't figure out how to just like cross through the infield, and it's just like cannot catch up to it.
I really have. Like, do you have any like type of song you feel like this might be as like a, like an alternative rock versus a R&B versus a pop song? Like, I can't even really get the rhythm of it. Do you have like a wild guess or?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither.
Nope. It wasn't me.
What?
Do you want to make that the guess? It wasn't me?
Sure.
We got that.
Okay. Jonathan and Will.
The lyrics didn't hit me. They hit Will better than me, but the Burger King part hit me. Because I remember missing a question in the early days of the show that I have caught heat for 6 years. I still catch heat for missing this question. And one of the times I caught heat, it was because of a freaking Burger King commercial. And everybody posted this Burger King commercial like, see, Jonathan, everybody knows this song. And I'm like, damn y'all and y'all's mac and cheese. So, Will, I gave you that idea. You could take the rest of it from here.
Yeah, so once he said that, I started singing these lyrics in the version of said song, and that's all I could hear the rest of the way was that kind of piece of the song. So we went with the classic Return of the Mac.
This is indeed Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh,
yes! I was not going to miss a Return of the Mac question again.
It helps that you troll Jonathan with that question.
I didn't troll him.
I can't believe it.
The army trolled him.
Oh.
I really only know the Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Song.
Yeah,
same. But once he said that, all I could hear is, you lied to me.
Yeah, literally the only words that anybody knows is Return of the Mac.
Yes, I tried.
Yeah.
The things after you lied to me, I didn't even know those were the words. To be honest,
no one knows
just
what
now.
those words are.
Yeah.
You have to read the lyrics.
What's great about that is it shows the power of shame in terms of remembering crap, right? Return of the Mac, Adam Bricker. I'm not going to forget these things.
Never forget. All right, your last question in the round is in words. The German word Achtung translates to what in English? Folks like Will Robinson and rapper Mystical are quite familiar with it.
Oh, I'm glad you gave the extra clue. Will, I've got... we are locked in.
Okay, so my only reference besides the Will Robinson thing is the 91 U2 album called Achtung Baby.
Right.
And I always just kind of thought that was action, but I think maybe that I was misthinking that based on what you said. I like attention.
Yeah, I'm
danger.
torn because I always just thought Achtung meant attention, which I'm guessing is like probably when that Achtung Baby album came out, I asked someone in my family, hey, what does that mean? And they said attention. But the whole Will Robinson thing, I thought the phrase was danger, Will Robinson. And danger also, I don't know the thing about was it mystical? I don't know what that is referring to. But
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Should we go with danger because of the Will Robinson thing, you think?
Yeah, because like I feel like I remember like not seeing it on signs, but like on warning messages.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right.
So danger makes sense.
Yeah. Let's go with danger.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, I had the same process. Like at first, I'm like, this is going to be attention, isn't it? And then he says Will Robinson. I'm like, wait a minute. And then he says mystical, and I'm like, danger! Watch yourself.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, this is danger. This is 100% danger.
Oh, Jonathan, you did conflate two different mystical songs, but that I totally forgive it.
Oh, come on. Really?
Forgive it. I totally forgive it. Because watch yourself is shake it fast. That's what that song.
What does danger sound like?
No, you got it. You had it right. Danger! Get on the floor! Stand right chill! That's kind of mystical goes. So yeah, doing my research, Octoon can translate to attention. So had you said that, I would have given you credit. But the answer I'm looking for here is danger. So good job.
And then obviously there's the robot. Danger, Will Robinson.
Right.
Danger.
Right.
Yep. Right. Okay. At the end of the first round, Jonathan and Will have a slight lead, 30-20. Your second round will begin with a question in Televisiones. Created by Terry Toon Studio, what eponymous anthropomorphic superhero debuted on CBS in 1955 as the first ever Saturday morning cartoon?
Tony, you think we can lock in with that?
Yes, we're locked in.
Yeah, we're locked in.
I had Mighty Mouse and Underdog kind of pop in, and I was just saying, I think Underdog is like a spoof, almost like a parody of Mighty Mouse, but I don't know anything about Mighty Mouse. What were you thinking?
I mean, Mighty Mouse was just the first thing that popped into my head. It's old, and I feel like I remember black and white versions of it, which I could be wrong.
No, I think you're
I don't remember.
right.
I don't remember black and white Underdog, though that was one of my favorite cartoons. But I don't remember that being in black and white, and I feel like that was later than Mighty Mouse, so that's not a ton of thunder, but that's just the first thing that popped into my head.
Do you know anything about Terry Toons?
I don't know anything about Terry. I don't know what that is.
Me either.
But that wasn't Hanna-Barbera, because that was before that.
No, I feel like Underdog is a spoof.
Underdog was with like Rocky and Bullwinkle, like those.
Oh, was
right?
it? Okay.
I think those animators did that.
They might have. Not rain, nor sleet, nor even fog. Just little old me, Underdog. I think Mighty Mouse is a good guess, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100%, not like a ton of thunder, but I do remember it being old, and it's the first thing that popped in my head, so I'm good with it if you are.
Here I come to save the day. We're going Mighty Mouse.
And Beth and Toni.
Yeah, I got a little confused because of the last question, but Beth set me right.
Yeah, she said she started off with Danger Mouse, which I knew wasn't that old, and I also wondered if you would have Danger followed by Danger Mouse in the questions.
Danger Mouse!
And then I also...
New theme song for that show. I like it.
I also thought of Underdog, but then it clicked. Actually, Toni, I don't think I would have said this if you hadn't said Danger Mouse, but I remember Mighty Mouse is older, so we also said Mighty Mouse.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, but I said Danger Mouse.
Happens all the time.
What's Danger Mouse's sidekick's name? I can't remember. That little guy.
Penfold.
Penfold, yes.
They say crikey, crumbs all the time.
Crikey.
Crumbs.
Indeed. And I was thinking of Dead Mouse, which I guess is a completely different thing altogether. Correct answer is Mighty Mouse. Good
all
job.
right.
Yes, that feels good.
Round 2, question 2. Your category is science.
Science.
There are 334 species of marsupials in the world. Which is the only one whose natural habitat is north of Mexico?
Toni, do you want to lock in with that then?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. We're locked in.
Okay.
All right, Will. So possums are definitely marsupials. I just don't know if they're technically, I don't know how we define whether or not their home is north of Mexico, but they live here.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to tell which ones are actually just playing possum and not actual ones, too.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, that's a big pain.
I mean, I don't...
We got a thumbs down from Toni.
Oh, come on. It's cold.
That's our team, Ben. Our team. Our team name is Team Grown.
I mean, I feel like it's yes, because I mean they're pretty readily seen in North America, like in the States.
Yeah, they're all over the place up here.
So I mean, that's would be the ones I always immediately jump to are obviously the ones that are in like Australia. So
let's do it. Let's say possum.
All right,
we're locked in, Ben.
Toni and Beth.
Yeah. We said the possum. Oh, possum. They're so cute with their little pink noses. I just love them.
One time I was driving into my driveway and I saw the ugliest cat I've ever seen. I was like, is that, I literally thought I was looking at a cat's rear end, and then it turned sideways and I realized I was looking at a possum dead on. It was like the front of a possum looks like the back of a cat.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, they're so cute. I just think they're just the cutest little animals with their little eyes and their pink nose.
You have a very interesting definition of what cute is.
I pretty much love all animals except birds. Birds can all, I was going to say jump off a cliff, but they're birds, so that would make sense.
They're like, hey, this is pretty good.
Well, like the emus can jump off a cliff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You're like that. Tony's part of that group of people that think that gremlins are cuter than the mogwais. Like
they're both really cute. I don't understand the question.
They're not, though. They're not both really cute. All right. Correct answer is possum.
Yay. Good job, Toni.
Okay. Your last question round is in literature. E.L. James is the author of what ambiguous book series?
Yeah, we're locked in. Yeah.
Will, it's 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, all right.
Bada bing, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, we could have 3-2-1 that. 3-2-1 that. I think.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we said 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
So I'm the only one that didn't know the author of that. But okay.
Well, I didn't either until I researched it, so you're not alone.
Okay. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. I don't know how much value that is, seeing as how terrible I am at trivia warfare, but it is what it is.
Yeah. My goal was sort of like yours. If I can get 3 or 4 questions I contribute to, I'm good.
Yeah. Correct answer is 50 Shades of Grey. And that ends the second round. At the end of the second round, Jonathan and Will have 60. Perfect game. Beth and Toni, 50.
Hey, we don't need that kind of negativity.
You don't need to say it. We didn't need to say it. He called it out.
It's the statistical fact. What can I say?
Goodness.
Okay. Your third round begins with a question from Brianna Garden.
Thank you, Brianna.
Category is Televisiones. The goal of what television show is to ascend Mount Midoriyama?
Yeah, we locked in.
All right.
So, Will, you said something about a Nick show. I think it's American Ninja Warrior. I think this is the Green Mountain. But tell me more about what you were thinking.
So I've never seen American Ninja Warrior or know anything about it. So I think it's Legends of the Hidden Temple on Nick. I felt like there was a mountain on there, but it also doesn't sound like a mountain they'd name in like a Nick show. It would probably be like Mountain Slime or something. So I kind of like your answer better.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of the reality shows aren't really my piece of the television. So,
we did the special when we had a crossover with the American Ninja Warrior podcast people. I think I picked this up as a part of that. I think they were asking I think I might have asked the question about what does Green Mountain translate to.
Oh, okay.
And they knew it because of the show. So I think we should go American Ninja Warrior.
That works for me.
All right. That's what we're saying.
Okay.
We basically had the same conversation. We both typed it at the same time. We also think it's Ninja Warrior, American Ninja Warrior. So that's our answer too.
Okay. Your correct answer is Ninja Warrior. I will give credit to both teams. The mountain is the same name in both the original Japanese version and the American version. So both teams get credit.
Toni had actually written that in our chat. That's correct.
Yep. So credit to both teams. Good job. Your round 3, question 2 question is geography.
Oh, geography.
Yes.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah,
yes.
Go figure.
I was going to say the same thing.
Gaining its independence from the British in 1966, What is the only country in South America with English as its official language?
Ben, when you say as its official language, you make it sound like it's the only official language. Could you clarify?
I can double check that.
Do you mean as an official language, or is it the only one?
I will verify that for you. This is the official, English is the official language of this country.
Okay, thank you. All right, I think we're going to lock in.
We really didn't have much of an idea. I did the same thing as Jonathan, listed all the countries in South America, started crossing them off. I still am not very sure, and I don't think Beth is either. We're just...
kind of just my first thought in my head, first thought, best thought kind of thing here. So.
Yeah, ditto. It was the first one that I was kind of like, maybe. So we went with Guyana.
Okay. Jonathan and Will?
So I feel like I have extra pressure now because my girlfriend is from South America. And so we talk about South American things and she teaches me different things. And so I wondered about that. We've talked about the war because of Carmela and her love for the car show, Top Gear. Yeah. And so I wondered about Chile, but I was like, no, Chile was not speaking English. And so we went through all the countries, and I know I used to have it in my mind that there were 3 little countries north of Brazil with Suriname, Guyana, and there was a French Guyana at some point. And it's like, okay, well, if there's a French Guyana and now it's no longer a country, maybe there was an English Guyana and we just called it Guyana. And so That's what we did. We locked in with Guyana.
Almost the exact same conversation.
Yeah.
I have very good friends of mine who are taking a mission trip here, and I asked them, did they have to learn Spanish? And they said, nope, because they speak English there. It is Guyana.
Oh my God, that feels so good.
Awesome. I'm glad we didn't talk ourselves out of that one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, fun fact, my friends who are missionaries, they are responsible for one of my great trivia pools of all time. If you remember, Jonathan, me and you and Chris were at Southern Grill, and they asked the question, what is the capital of Uganda? And I knew the answer because these same friends previously took a missionary trip to Uganda, and I knew that they lived in Kampala.
Wow.
That was one of my finest moments. I felt so proud.
We looked at Ben like he had grown a second head. Like, how do you know that?
I have friends in high places, apparently. All right. Your last question round is in current events. The Genesis GV80, a newly released model from Hyundai, made front page news in February 2021 when it was involved in a rollover crash while being driven by what celebrity?
Yeah, Beth and I are going to lock in.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, lock in.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan and Will.
Well, that's crazy. That's funny. Go ahead and tell people what you just said.
So I have no idea. I don't remember this event at all. But I said that, it's the car is a Genesis, so it'd be ironic and somewhat funny if it was Phil Collins.
Right? Maybe it's Peter Gabriel who's wrecking Genesis.
I think that'd be...
Oh, my God. That's funny. I mean, you got to think. Genesis is a sporty kind of car, to my best of my understanding. Maybe it's somebody from the Fast and the Furious. Like they were trying to do something. I don't know this story. I didn't see this.
This doesn't ring a bell. I mean, we could go with a bunch of them. There's, Vin or what's this in there? I'm now drawing a blank on all their names. Tyrese.
I don't know. We can go Vin Diesel if you want to. That's fine by me.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right.
Ironic.
Sure, we'll guess Vin Diesel.
Okay.
I think Beth and I are on the same wavelength. Like, this is kind of crazy. I said, I think I remember hearing something about this. And she immediately says, as I'm typing something else, she says, oh, wait, Tiger Woods was in an accident. And then I sent almost right back to back. For some reason, I think it might be Tiger Woods.
Now that sounds familiar.
Yeah, so I have no idea about the car or anything.
Yeah, I didn't.
Like my initial response was, I have no idea. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There was a famous accident. Yeah.
I would feel... So the Genesis isn't a big, because I think it's a bigger vehicle, if I'm not mistaken. And big vehicles just aren't common here. But Hyundai is a South Korean company, so I would feel a little weird if being like, oh my God, if I miss something related to South Korea, it's going to be so embarrassing, even though it's not really related. So yeah, we guessed Tiger Woods. Because that's what we both thought it might have been.
It's the only thing I could even think of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Genesis GV80 is a large SUV. It's their new model for this year. And it was driven by Tiger Woods in his crash.
Wow.
Yes.
That's such a good get.
I'm so glad that came to both of us somehow.
Yep. Yeah, as they're piecing together that scene, because there's no skid marks on the road at all. So basically, the car was in acceleration mode all the way. It crossed over the median and then crashed into a tree on the opposite side. And they're saying that he must have fallen asleep during the crash and then probably woke up mid-roll or whatever. Because it was early in the morning and he's taking medication for his back, so it's all that stuff. But anyway, so Tiger Woods is obviously your correct answer. At the end of the third round, we have a tie score. All teams have 80 points.
Oh boy.
All
Solid.
right.
Yes.
Here's your midpoint question. Your category is sharks with frickin' laser beams.
Give me frickin' lasers. Can we at least get ill-tempered fish?
Sea bass.
What is it, an ill-tempered sea bass?
Sea bass. Are they ill-tempered? Well, that's a start. All right. For 4 points each, tell me the 5 words that comprise the acronym LASER.
It's like, yeah, that one. Could you spell the acronym, please, Ben?
The acronym LASER?
Yeah.
LASER?
I just want to make sure it's not a Z and I'm just stupid.
No problem.
I knew this once.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew. Sorry. I'm trying to think about lasers. Okay. Do you want to lock in, Beth?
I don't think we're going to get any better than that, so we might as well. Yeah, I think those are our best choices. The last one you just sent in full. Yeah.
Okay. You're on that.
Okay.
So you're locked in?
Yes.
All right. So, Will, we're struggling. I don't remember anymore. So we think light amplified is the first two?
And then possibly source.
And I'm not sold on source, but I can't think of anything better. I mean, the thing about a laser, right, is that it is directional. It's like you use the word targeted. It's targeted.
Yeah. I mean, I think aimed, but I really like amplified as the A.
Source.
And you're no on emitting or...
I don't like emitting. Yeah. I think that's from LED. It doesn't make sense either. Energy ray?
I don't hate it because we don't have anything else.
Right?
I don't know. I think I've come around with you on the ray. I don't know. It's kind of like cheesy at the end. Maybe
I don't like it either.
Too simple. It's too simple.
light amplified source energy radiation racquetball
rutabaga
range.
And this sonar, is one too. As soon as I hear it, I'm
ranging. Like, you know, radar is ranging. Is it range? I don't know. I guess light amplified source energy ray is the best we have. Maybe we can get 2 or 3.
I'm going to kick myself when I hear it because it's in there somewhere. Somewhere it's in there.
All right, Ben. Light amplified source energy ray.
Toni and Beth.
So
we had a lot of random ideas.
Yeah, just kind of back and forth on random words. We debated like emitting versus emission, radiation versus ray, spectral versus spectrum, but I think in the end we landed on light amplification, spectrum, emission, radiation.
Okay. The acronym LASER stands for Light Amplification by Stimulated Emission of Radiation.
Stimulated.
Oh, you got 4.
Yep.
All right.
Different sense of the same word I'll give you credit for. So Jonathan and Will, I'll give you 8 points of credit there. And then Toni and Beth, you get 16.
Oh, nice job.
That hurts.
You got all the words that were right, Toni, so that's all
I
you.
don't. No, you got radiation. I said ray. Yeah,
You're right.
for sure.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, you got the other three.
After the midpoint, Beth and Toni have taken a lead. It's 96-88.
Well done.
Round 2, question 2 is in history.
History.
Part of the spoils from the Spanish-American War included the capture and colonization of what 2 island nations? Oh, Beth's got thunder.
No, I do not.
Oh.
Toni, you can lock in with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
I have nothing to say about it, so if you want to lock in, that's totally fine. I don't have any.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
It was Toni with the thunder. I said the wrong name.
So when you say island nations, do you mean they were nations then or they're nations now?
I'm confident that they were already nations then. I can double check that though.
No, that's fine. That's the main thing that I was just trying to make sure the wording of the question. I didn't know if you meant one or the other.
Right.
Okay, so we can talk, or you guys are locked in?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk.
So, Will, the thing that comes to mind first is that it's not going to be Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico is not a nation, right? Spanish American, if I'm thinking of the right war, this is Teddy Roosevelt. This is like 1898 to 1901, kind of. This is the charge up San Juan Hill in Cuba. But so I need the end of the question one more time, Ben. Can I just get the end of the question one more time?
Capture and colonization of what 2 island nations?
Okay, so capture and colonization. The U.S. didn't colonize Cuba, but I know the Spanish-American War had. I'm pretty sure that was what we're talking about. Do you have a different understanding of the Spanish-American War?
As far as facts on the Spanish-American War, I've got like a big old bag of nothing. But if you start saying things, it might trigger something for me.
I mean, I said everything I can about it.
I know San Juan Hill, but that doesn't help me get to an island nation.
So Spanish-American War is I think it is. I think it's Remember the Maine, and I think it's 1901, and I think it's Roosevelt and San Juan Hill, and I think that there was fighting in Cuba. So, see, what I don't understand is if they were nations, why they'd be involved, like Spanish-American War, why were either they're Spanish islands or they're American islands, you know?
Right.
So I guess these were islands that were involved. So they're probably free nations now, but were colonized then.
So if it's Cuba, would the other one be in that same?
It's not Cuba, though.
Vicinity?
I'm pretty sure we didn't colonize Cuba. Cuba was already an existing thing. I think this is going to be something like the Bahamas or other things like that. Jamaica, maybe. Are there islands in the Caribbean that have U.S. that have English as a main language? I guess would be a way to look at this.
Well, so the Bahamas do, right? Does Bermuda that's English though, I think, right?
Toni literally turned off her video so that we can't see her react. I think maybe Jamaica would be worth guessing. If you want to say Bermuda, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, I honestly don't have any thunder behind anything.
Okie dokie. We will say. You know what? Hold on a second, though. Maybe it is Cuba because we know Cuba was involved in the fighting, and Castro had to rebel against somebody in the 50s.
That's true.
So maybe he was rebelling against a U.S. influence. I know there was a government in place in Cuba at the time. You know what? Cuba's probably. I'd hate to know that it's Cuba and still not guess it.
And still not get it.
Why don't we say Cuba and Jamaica?
Okay. I'm good with that.
We'll go Cuba and Jamaica.
I told Beth that I'm 100% sure on one of them, and that's the Philippines. And the other one is, I think, Cuba. So we said Philippines and Cuba.
All right. I think I may not have worded this question 100% accurately, but I'll read the answer and we'll figure out what to do. I said island nations, but both of these are not necessarily nations, and I didn't realize it until just now. The answer I'm looking for is Philippines and Guam.
Oh, yeah, no. Guam is not a nation. It's a protectorate.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to replace it, we can.
I think you're going to have to. There was no chance we could get that right.
No, me neither. I knew of the Philippines for sure, and because I knew there was a lot of fighting in Cuba, I said Cuba.
I was useless on this question, so sorry.
Same, Beth. So I have no qualms with going with a new one.
Oh,
I
jeez.
know I have quite a few.
Oh, jeez. What's sad about that is Toni did have knowledge there, more knowledge than I did, and it's a shame that she doesn't get credit for that in some way, so I feel kind of bad about it.
That's okay. I was going to flip the table if you backed into the Philippines, though. I would have been so upset.
You know what's frustrating is I
something
knew
that you do.
I knew the Philippines was. I didn't remember it being Spanish American, but I remember there being it was the last of the Spanish Armada, where people still thought the Spanish had like a really strong navy, and we came in and just absolutely wrecked them because we had metal ships and they were still in wooden ships. And it wiped them out, and that was like 1901, I think. All right, that is the end of the first half. Before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a convenient, at-home option to meet with your own personal licensed counselor on a weekly basis. Y'all, I have been using BetterHelp since last year. My counselor's name is Crystal, and she has been fantastic. I think my favorite part of BetterHelp is the chance to message back and forth as much as needed throughout the week. When I want to touch base, I typically have a lot to cover, and I write these long messages, like 2 or 3 at a time, and it allows me to continue kind of processing and moving forward throughout the week. And what happens is when we have our weekly sessions, and even if I don't need a weekly session, sometimes I'll just do once every 2 weeks, but whenever we meet, our meetings are so much more productive because I've covered all the different thoughts and all the little things. I'm not trying to remember them at the spur of the moment. And it's been super helpful to cover the ground needed throughout the week. I am such a fan of BetterHelp, y'all. I've gotten so much more from it than I used to from my weekly in-person counseling. They have licensed counselors specializing in everything from anger management to self-esteem to relationships. It's safe. It's private, and it's convenient. If you need someone to talk to, someone who's going to listen to you, someone who's going to try and help you without judging you, and without having to worry about going into an office, dealing with waiting rooms, all that jazz, this is the solution. I highly recommend it. You can start living a happier life today. As a listener of Trivial Warfare, you'll get 10% off of your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/TWA. You can join over 1 million people who have already taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Round 4, question 1. Your category is Vegas, baby.
Vegas.
The D Casino in downtown Las Vegas is one of the many iconic landmarks in Sin City. What does the D stand for?
Sorry.
Wow, dude. Wow.
It's a fair question.
We now have it's a great question. Officially, we have a question of what does the D stand for?
You have a 12-year-old and me just giggling over here.
Is there any rumor is there any truth to the rumor that their sign is a big giant eggplant? And when you say downtown Las Vegas, you're talking about the old downtown?
Fremont Street.
Yeah.
That area, yes.
Okay, we're locked in.
Yeah, agreed. We're locked in.
We have nothing. We have so much nothing.
We have a lot of D words.
Yeah, right. Like Dalton, maybe it's a name. Dairy, dancing. Will just suggested drop. Oh, dice. That I was just trying to think of like casino term, like dime as another one that I just thought of.
Oh, that might be good because I don't know. That's like a mobby tied to it too, like dropping a dime.
Grandma loves the dime slot.
I don't.
None of these feel great.
Sorry.
Let's go with dice. I think I like dice best out of what we've said.
Sure. We'll go with dice, Ben.
All right.
Okay.
We had quite a few ideas, and by we, I mean Beth had quite a few ideas, but I was so stuck on my original idea, like that I had right away, that I told Beth if it's wrong, I will take a shot. So we thought, because it's a Vegas question, we should put a wager down. This doesn't seem like it's characteristic of Ben, but I've been playing a lot of an online trivia game that always has what he likes to call a DTQ, and I'm not going to tell you what that stands for. And I think this might be a trick question, and I think it might just stand for downtown. So we locked in with downtown.
Oh, that's a solid answer.
Wow.
Yeah,
All the D words we had.
I'm going to learn that out offline what DTQ stands for.
Down to question?
Down to quiz?
I mean, I'll say it now and you can bleep it out. It's a douchey trick question.
Oh. We don't have to bleep out douche.
Well, I didn't know, so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can buy it in the grocery store, I'm not beeping it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't buy in a grocery store, that's for sure. I guess you could.
That's not true. I'm sure you can.
I guess it depends on the grocery store, I suppose.
Fancy abattoir, probably.
Yeah, or Sprouts. So I would accept 3 answers for this question. One of the co-owners' first name is Derek, so D was his nickname. The owners are from Detroit, so I would have accepted Detroit as an answer. And then also, the answer is in the question. Downtown is the other name that it
Damn!
Oh my God,
nice
Tony,
job.
Thank you for dismissing all my other answers. Awesome. You're awesome.
That feels really good.
That does. I'm so glad I didn't talk you out of it.
Round 4, question 2. Category is music.
Music.
John Coltrane's 5th studio album was released in 1960, and its eponymous single was lauded by Quincy Jones as the greatest jazz composition of all time. Name this song, whose title was somewhat contradicted by Neil Armstrong almost a decade later.
I'm having a hard time with the concept of eponymous in that question because John Coltrane's the artist, so if it was an eponymous song, then the name would be John Coltrane.
I'm looking for the name of the song, which was also the name of the album. That's what I mean.
Okay, thank you. I mean, we're just straight guessing, so I don't know if we need to belabor it,
Yeah, we're doing the same.
I'd be fine with that if you're okay with it. All right, we're going to lock in.
Okay, and then Beth and Tony.
Yeah, we don't know. We're basically dancing around the idea of something to do with, like, One Small Step or something on the moon. I think we both kind of just... Do you want to go with that last?
No. Yeah. The one that we both brainstormed together.
Yeah, like no small steps. Is that what we want to land on? That.
Yeah.
I mean, I have zero thunder behind that. I don't think it's right, but I don't want to take up any more time. And I got nothing with the word moon in it that makes any sense. So, all right, we'll lock in no small steps.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like we were having similar thinking and that we had no idea, so we were looking for anything with moon steps, how he could have contradicted it, whether it's what he said or what he did. But I have no clue on jazz or John Coltrane songs, so that was what I was trying to get there. So then Jonathan put in "Can't Fly to the Moon," so we just went with that.
10 points Ravenclaw here, although Beth and Tony were pretty close. So Neil Armstrong said "One Small Step for Man." John Coltrane's album and song was called "Giant Steps."
Oh, you were closer to that first one.
I literally
You said that, didn't you? Yeah,
I said something like "Giant Steps."
We were in the right church, wrong pew.
I mean, that's tough if you don't know any of the songs, though, to just get those words.
Yeah.
Sorry, John Coltrane's memory.
Sorry.
Oh.
The gap in my knowledge I should try to fill.
That's one of those things, like, you can't know everything. If you need a jazz person on your team. There's jazz people are special people, and if you don't have one on your team, you're just not getting the jazz questions.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Although I feel that way about most topics. Oh, it's a Harry Potter question. Great, need a Harry Potter person here.
But there's lots of Harry Potter people.
Yes, I would say a very large percentage of our listening audiences are Harry Potter people. So I'm just not one of them.
Shout out to Kelsey Parkham.
Nice.
Sorry, inside joke.
Indeed. You enjoy that inside joke there, Kelsey.
She hates it.
Okay, your last question around is, speaking of Coltrane, Roscoe P. Coltrane, the infamous sheriff of Hazard County, made his debut in what 1975 film which inspired the TV series?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, my God. I didn't know that. I want to, whatever the answer is, I want to see it now. I love Roscoe P. Coltrane. This my dog Flash. Will, I think that's where we go then.
What do you think?
I think it's, I think now that we both come on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where we go.
I mean, I'm good with it because I can't think of it, and that it seems like there's the option for that.
I want to lock in.
Okay.
Okay. So if you guys are locked in, Toni, the first thing I said there was Cannonball Run.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happened is that I said Cannonball Run, but I meant the second thing I said.
Okay, so
I bet I know what that is.
Which led me to think of, well, the only thing I know about Cannonball Run is anything from Archer, which made me think of Burt Reynolds, which led both of us to
Smokey and the Bandit, which I think is the...
It's a guess.
I think that has to do with running booze over state lines or something like that. And I think in Dukes of Hazzard, like Uncle Jesse or Uncle something is a bootlegger. So I feel like there's a connection there. So I think we should go with Smokey and the Bandit.
Will, they haven't locked in yet.
Via.
You shouldn't shake your head yes and say
we're
yeah.
locked in. We're locked in with Smokey.
We're locked in. You were just talking.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
I said Cannonball Run, but I meant Smokey and the Bandit, and we're going to lock it with Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. That's
hilarious. So I sent Will a message and said, I think this is either Cannonball Run or Smokey and the Bandit. And I haven't seen either of these movies, but I knew Dukes of Hazzard is a moonshine running show. Uncle Jesse's a moonshiner. And the Dukes of Hazzard, the car, is souped up for running moonshine. That's what its purpose is. I knew that part. And then Will luckily has seen both movies.
Both classics. Yeah, so Cannonball Run's just a race, but yeah.
Right.
So as soon as he said Cannonball Run is just a race, I'm like, then we should go Smokey and the Bandit. So that's what we did.
Okay. Another 10 points for Ravenclaw here.
Oh, no!
Damn it!
Smokey and the Bandit, he was taking beer from Texas to Georgia, and it wasn't illegal to transport the beer. What was illegal is how fast he was driving. So that's that. This one is about running moonshine, and the title of the film, ironically, is Moonrunners.
Oh, no.
Never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut right there.
Wow.
I like your moon theme you got going here, Ben, though.
Got it. Oh, a Coltrane and Moon combo.
Totally unintentional.
Don't say that. No, you should say, yeah, man, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Well, some of this is, I still struggle with being able to rate how difficult a question is because of how much stuff I don't know.
That's a totally fair question. I mean, that's
100%.
I feel like that's come
question.
up maybe.
I think this is the situation where my uncle used to grill all the time, and he used charcoal. So if it got too hot, he had this bottle of vinegar water that he would pour onto the meat to cool it off and to season the meat at the same time. So I feel like I'm literally pouring cool water on your scores with these questions. All right, at the end of the fourth round, Beth and Toni maintain their lead. It is 106-88.
Oh man, we're falling behind, Will. We got to catch up.
Okay.
Yeah, there. You had a lot of love in tennis terms in that round, Jonathan and Will. Fifth round. Because I thought Rob was going to be on the show, I avoided Rob Warman questions. So I dedicate this round to my BFF instead, Brooke Mulligan.
Brooke Mulligan.
Your first category in the Brooke Mulligan round is Down on the Farm. A pullet is a juvenile type of what farm animal?
Can you spell that?
Pullet.
Clearly, this is a baby mullet.
I'm pretty much like 100% on this one.
Okay, lock in then.
I think.
Wow.
Wait,
I'm okay with it.
Don't lock in quite yet, because
Oh my gosh.
Okay. You know I'm going to ask you how many
kidding,
meow meows you have, Beth.
Yeah, I'm not all the way up to 3 minutes.
I accidentally triggered the hammer.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I wish someone could clip that video. It was so
Oh my
funny.
God. We've done that before. It was a premature striking of the hammer.
Jonathan's face when he hit the microphone.
It's pretty classic.
Panic. It's sheer panic.
Did you say juvenile?
Yes, a pullet is a juvenile type of what farm animal?
Okay.
Oh, God. Groan.
He's audibly groaning a text. That's amazing.
It's so bad.
He didn't just type it in all caps. He audibly said it.
He now knows how my wife feels every day. So,
okay, now we're locked in.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
I'm almost.
Please tell me the joke. Can you tell me the joke?
You know what? I don't remember. That's the problem. I don't remember all of the joke. I just remember that it involves a farmer, and I believe it involves birds, and that the punchline is hold my and pull it. And so if I remember all of the jokes,
Holy
more helpful.